right, welcome back to the Yo Hear Me Out podcast. We're your hosts. I'm Avery, here with my co-host Leland, and this is episode 6 of the podcast. How you feeling, man? How's your week been and everything?
Feeling good, man. Feeling good, man. Six weeks of this, man. This has been. Every time I come on here, I feel like I say like it's been a journey, but this has been dope, man. Spending some time with you, chopping it up with you, man. Doing good, bro. Can't complain, man. God's good. So just working, man. Just working.
Same here.
Ain't nothing crazy. Ain't nothing really changed drastic. Just trying to plug away at it. First
Same
quarter.
here.
Same thing for you.
Same here. I know we spoke over the weekend too. I was telling you I went to Nashville this weekend.
Oh yeah.
But that was cool, man. Nashville's a dope city. So I like Nashville a lot. It was cool out there. But other than that, just working and stuff's pretty regular. I'm trying to think, do I have any even trips coming up? I don't think so. I know this summer I have plans and stuff, but that's way later on. But I think like this next month or so, I'm gonna be chilling, just working, dog. So not too much, man.
Cool, bro. Cool, man. Yo, let's do it, man. Let's get into it then.
Get into it.
So as always, guys, you know how we started off. Would you rather's? The Miss Lovely Ashley. Babe, what you got for us this week?
All right. So the first would you rather question is, would you rather have a driver to take you everywhere or a private chef who makes all of your meals?
Ooh.
It's a clutch. These are clutch.
Ooh.
All right. I guess the two questions I have, do you have to pay gas in the car or do you have to pay for the groceries, for the food? If it's no to both, I think I know my answer.
Wait. Nah. See, you trying to break the joint, bro.
I'm trying to break it, but that's fair. Like, yo, I mean, a driver.
Bro, what you mean? If you have a, bro, you're gonna have to pay for both, right?
Pay for both? Okay, actually,
just,
I'll still take the, I'm gonna take the chef, man. I'm gonna go with the chef, man. I feel like the chef, they can hook it up. Shout out like to your, what's it, that TV show you like, The Bear. Yeah, he was chefing it up in that joint, man. So I feel like if I have a chef, even with regular ingredients, he can make something pop. So even now my fridge got some decent stuff in there. So yeah, I'd be excited what the chef can do with it. You know what I mean?
Man, I think this was actually a tough one when you think about it. Mainly because, let me see. I mean, like, yeah, the food is great.
For sure.
You could probably eat healthy, you probably eat good all the time. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that's probably gonna be the one. But what you haven't thought about is, man, like long trips.
Long trip be great, yeah.
Like literally anything, like, yo, I'm just not feeling it, bro. Like, drive me over here. That's kind of clutch. Last week we talked about the whole teleportation thing, the superpower. I mean, it's not teleportation, but it's not too far off it, man, that you can just have something.
Even last time when I was talking about if you got all this money, you basically go anywhere. You're like, nah, not really. Now a driver is going to equate to a PJ and a helicopter, son. You're like,
no. It's not going to equate to it, man. But I'm telling you, it's going to. I don't know, man. I just feel like it's convenient. Now, all that being said, the food, bro. The food is just, it's more convenient, more frequently. Like breakfast, lunch, dinner. You got people over your house, whatever the case may be. It's just gonna be a good look, man. So I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to go with that one too.
Yeah, no, man, give me that, because like you said, I can eat healthier, man. Even part of cooking, like the prep, sometimes when you're making like a multiple course meal or chopping onions, chopping vegetables, oh man, it takes so long. So if you have a chef that's doing all that, that's pretty clean. I'm also thinking what I just said too at the beginning, bro. I'm not really traveling too much for this next month or so. So even a driver not gonna help me out too much in this next month, but in this next month, I'm gonna eat, multiple times every day. So I would definitely utilize the chef more. But for long distance trips, that's true. I was even thinking you might say that for yourself, because I know sometimes you'd be driving like an hour each direction or further. So I was thinking if you could just be in the back on your laptop or something, or doing something else.
I'm telling you, bro, like that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
It depends. Yeah, it depends on how much you move. You hopping around to different properties, hour and a half away. Like, to know that you never really have to commit to driving if you don't want to.
Yeah, you can do other stuff too, man.
It's a huge convenience. It's just, I don't know if it's more convenient than, bro. I just don't see it being more convenient, bro. I don't know.
On the same page, man. And also the other thing too, I'm thinking about with the food, right? I know for me, whenever I have like a good meal waiting in the morning, kind of, get me out of bed early, man. So if I got like a breakfast made downstairs, oh
You
man,
might get up early. You might make
oh
you
yeah,
more efficient as a person because somebody cooking your food.
oh yeah.
That might be. You might not mind driving, son.
That's
When
what I'm
you
saying, yo. Got a full stomach, son. I ain't going too far to lab either way. It ain't too flat for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel that for sure. I don't know. I think we. So what's next? What's next? I think that was a unanimous.
Yeah, that was kind of the easy one. Okay, so the next one is, would you rather have to wear a bib every time you go out to eat or drink from a sippy cup every time you're at the bar?
Wait. You said eat with a bib?
Wear a bib every time you go out to eat or drink from a sippy cup every time you're at the bar.
I don't even be in the bars like that, but maybe even like just restaurants too in general. You're saying like if I'm outside drinking like somewhere, I have to.
Yeah, like at
Okay.
the table or whatever. Yeah.
I probably would go with that and just not drink. There is a community of people out there who talk about eating and drinking with your food's not healthy for you. I don't know. I haven't seen necessarily research, but there is that community of people who don't. I know a couple people that don't eat and drink at the same time. They at least put like 30 minutes in between it. So they don't.
That seems ridiculous. Honestly.
It does. There's a group of people. So I've heard things about it being better for your digestion to not.
I'm sure, Sam. But
I know, but I'm not trying to wear that bib to eat, and so I'll just probably won't drink too much. You know what I'm saying, or at all, really. I just be like, you know what? Hydrate beforehand. I have to eat slower. Listen, this might be good, yo. This might be good for me. I have to eat slower. You eat slower.
What you on today, man? Everything is about like your overall health. Like this might actually get me over the hump.
It's like this. Yeah, listen. When I had COVID last year, bro, I lost my taste for a few days there, and it was sucking. But then I was like, you know what? This could be a little blessing in this guy. I eat healthier because sweets don't taste good. Fried food don't taste good. So I was like trying to see the little benefit in it. It did suck though, because I love to eat. So there was no pleasure in eating, but I'm thinking this could be good in the long run. Luckily or unluckily, it came back in like 3 days. So it wasn't too long I had to live with that. But I'm thinking, if I couldn't eat or drink, maybe I'm just eating slower, eating less when I'm out, because you know what I mean? I don't know.
Well, man, that bib is kind of wild, son.
The bib is wild, bro. To put on, said, come on, bro.
Bro, a little, like, how is it like a normal size? Is it regular color? Is it black? Like, are we talking about a baby bib? Like,
nah, because listen, bro, even people that put the napkin, tucking a napkin in your shirt is even crazy, son. Like, if you tuck the napkin in here, that's even nuts. So a bib is way worse than that. And like I said, I don't even know the last time I see somebody put a napkin in their shirt. I don't think I see that in the movies now. You know what I mean? You tuck that big napkin in there, so you know what I mean? I can't do that, John. And the thing is, you can't really go out and not eat either, though. I mean, not really. You see what I'm saying? So you have to at least eat something. But I think you could probably or possibly abstain from drinking anything. Like water. You could even just hold off a little bit.
Yeah.
What you think, man?
Man, yeah. I just can't do the bib, bro. I mean, really, when it comes down, like sometimes in Would You Rather, bro, it's almost less about your other option as much as you cannot do the one option. Like I just can't do this, so by default, I gotta pick that. And every time you go out to eat, bro, you get this. Come on, son. That's wild. Crazy, that's just too wild, bro. Like, I mean, it's going like you instantly gonna lose all the credibility that you have.
Yeah. Even tucking, imagine if it was just tucking the napkin, tucking a huge, like unfolding a napkin to its max capacity and tucking that joint in and having it, even that's gonna look a little like, what's up with son? Yeah, that's crazy, bro. Because nobody does that. If you spill food, son. Or what you do is you eat slower. That's what I'm saying. Eat slower. You eat slower. Eat more careful. If you have something that can easily stain, you can't just rush through. You got to eat really carefully. You know what I mean? So
no, that's facts. I feel like even the sippy cup you might be able to play that one off a little bit better too. Like, I lost a bet or something. You know what I'm saying? Like what I'm saying is, if you at the bar, bro, it's not gonna be for life. Like, somebody's gonna see you that day and be like, bro, I know you're not drinking that sippy cup. Like, it's a long story. And they probably be like, all right.
I think it was kind of almost like, though, not just at a bar, but just anytime you go out to eat, though. So if you're drinking from a sippy cup. And that's why I said maybe I could just not drink too much, or at
But
all.
what I'm saying is, all right, look at this though. Let's think about this, right?
What's up?
This might be a little too deep for this kind of conversation, but you got a sippy cup, you at the table. The sippy cup is at the table. Like literally nobody's gonna see it until you drink out of it. You see what I'm saying? Like
Now they just be colorful, bro. You know them just they just not regular and clear. They be colorful, pink, red, yellow.
I got you, dog. I got you. But like you could at least you could be kind of, you don't have, like you said, you don't have to drink as frequently. You know what I'm saying? You could just wait and take a bunch of sips at like one time. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not a constant, it's not like you gotta hold it.
You tell a joke or something. You tell a joke. How people laugh you come back. Yo, what's that over there? People look, what's going on you?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying, bro. Like I can't do it. I just can't do the bib because it's constant, bro. It's that's just gonna look lame. It's gonna mess up your whole outfit. Like you can't even get fly and go to dinner because that's not bro. That's just, at least the sippy cup, I'll just be like, all right, it's over here. Like it's not on my person.
Well, I will say this though, like I'm still choosing 100% the bib, but trying to look at both sides or be positive, say I guess I'm thinking though, for me, sometimes I do spill stuff on my clothes, so that wouldn't happen with the bib,
Bro, the bib wouldn't help, bro. That's the thing.
It stops on the bib. Are you talking about
bro? That like right here said that he's still
for a baby. Yeah, that junk. Yeah, never mind. That ain't gonna help. That ain't gonna help.
It's just gonna look wild for no reason, sir.
That ain't gonna help. You're right.
Nah, get that out of here, yo. Get that out of here.
Okay, so moving into our sports segment for the week. NBA All-Star Weekend just happened this past weekend in Salt Lake City, Utah. A lot of celebrities were there. A lot of concerts happened, and of course, the best NBA players were there also. What were your biggest takeaways from the weekend, Leland?
Biggest takeaways from the weekend is
we go big picture first, and then maybe go smaller. Yeah.
Big picture is NBA ultimately needs to do a little bit of work.
Okay.
I think there's some work to be done on the NBA All-Star Weekend. I can speak for me, and I'm sure you too, and most people who are around our age and who seen the NBA All-Star Game of the 90s and the early 2000s, like, yo, the All-Star Weekend was like, everybody was hyped for it. Dunk contest, all the players was in it, all the stars was in everything. Everything was star-studded the whole weekend.
Yeah.
And now it's just really not. It's kind of less than. I think the game wasn't like super competitive.
Mm-hmm.
The dunk contest was actually probably I think the dunk contest might be the biggest highlight of the weekend, which was surprising because it might be the worst. Like historically over the last like 5-6 years, it's probably been the worst part of the weekend. So the dunk contest was really good. The 3-point contest was solid. And the All-Star game was just all right to me, man. What about you?
I did like the weekend. One thing I know for me is I definitely got to at some point though get out there to the weekend, because to me I feel like the amount of stuff they have going on, it does seem really cool. You know what I'm saying? I know from us being at home wasn't all that, but I could imagine being there, running into a lot of people. It can be pretty cool, man. Even I saw like for the game on Sunday, they had who they had first. They had 21 Savage and Post Malone do the pre-concert, and then they had Burna Boy do halftime. Even just those three artists alone going to, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, you're getting a show like that on one day, like within 3-4 hours, like the pre-concert. It was like, yo, you get your money's worth, you know what I mean? I can't remember. I didn't watch everything on Saturday, but I'm sure they probably had different singers or other shows too, like that too. So I definitely want to get out there one time. I guess for me, the biggest highlight now has been the All-Star game itself. And I do think they kind of got to do something. I have some ideas too, man. Listen, Adam Silver, hire me. I got ideas on how to fix the NBA. I love the NBA. I got some ideas how to fix the game.
Then what you say? You said you didn't want to give it for free because they might.
Okay, so I have bigger ideas too. I have ideas how to fix load management, but I guess I'll give the All-Star game ones for free. Tell me what you think about this too, Leland. I think they should do, to fix the All-Star game, they should do cash prizes for the winners. I've thought about that before, but then just this week I thought of this too. Fines for the losers. That pride and ego will come into place too. The pride and ego, even if it's listen, okay, 100,000 per person or something for the winning team, and then $10,000 fine or something for the losing team. And the stipulation has to be like you have to like send a check in yourself, or also going to be like you have to give the money out yourself, because sometimes people giving away money is not as bad as like losing some other amount of money. So I feel like just that little bit alone, what maybe incentivize guys like, hey, listen, this ain't nothing per se.
I think I feel what you're talking about. Like
you can adjust the amount. It may not be 100,000 and 10,000, but some sort of money. And then also, I thought just this week, like, you know what? If you actually find these players too, I could imagine guys like, yo, listen, I ain't trying to lose, thing.
I know, but all right. I feel you. But you gotta pump the brakes just a little bit, because keep in mind, bro, this is the all-star game. Like, this is a privilege to be here. Like, you gotta get here and then you gotta show out, or else you're gonna get fined, or like, bruh.
Well, that's why I said something small still. So I'm thinking $10,000 fine. Every player that, especially the all-star, should be able to have that joint. Should.
Hey, bro.
Well, that's what you should.
Bro, listen. That's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of pressure. I just want to be an all-star. I won't try to pay no check now. Come on.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing I'm thinking, though. The reason why I say you can find players is because there are also contract incentives for people to make all-star games, all-NBA teams as well. There's certain, like this super max contracts in that they have, the max contracts. You can't get that unless you're hitting certain stipulations. Right. So if you're going to get the all-star game and actually get it, also too, you can make money at the game through appearances as well that weekend. You can do autographs, current players as well, and they're really busy. Actually, that's another point. I heard JJ Redick talking about it. That's why maybe it's really tough, because he was talking about like when he goes, it's like start to finish, you're always busy doing something.
Yeah. It's not even about basketball. I mean, I was telling Ashley, because she was like, she was asking me about my fantasy league, and I said they actually merged the 2 weeks in the fantasy league because
I saw that.
They shortened the week. Like everybody starts playing basketball like Wednesday or something like that. Wednesday's like the last day.
Or Thursday before, and then they don't start again until this coming Thursday. So they got a week. They got a whole week.
Yeah, so they get a break, and so people are looking forward to their families. They're looking forward to all kind of stuff. Like, they're just not really focused on hooping, and it's evident in the All-Star game.
That's what JJ Redick said too. So he said something like, basically, because they had that pre-concert, he was talking about the amount of preparation time that players have, which is way shortened to before the game, the way they did the live draft and everything. So you can't even go through your normal routine that you would normally do in a regular game and get ready the same way. But I'm just thinking, if you want to bring up, it can be smaller, $5,000 fine, $25,000 for the win. It's something just to like, I'm still going to take it though. You know what I'm saying? I'm still going to.
No.
Yeah,
I feel your sentiment. I think you're on to something, like some way to incentivize and decentivize losing. I just don't necessarily know that money is the one. I feel like, I don't know, like, they got, like, you're playing for these charities each quarter and stuff like that. Like, maybe if they tied it into that somehow, where you like actually had to go or do something, or you know what I'm saying, or you didn't get to go and do something like that. It could. I like the idea of what you're talking about, like having something extra for each individual player or each team that will kind of give them some sense of like pride of accomplishment. I just don't think money will do it, because there's too many scales. Because like, bro, LeBron and
for sure,
and Sabonis, you know what I'm saying, or Pascal Siakam and LeBron, like, bro, like what will actually affect LeBron's pocket and what will actually affect his pocket could be completely different, and that's going to be very messy, bro. That's going to be messy.
Why I'm thinking that, okay, because I think even like a technical foul is over 10,000 or something. Like either a technical foul or ejection. When you get ejected from a game, costs you more than 10,000 for sure. Probably ejection is like 1,200. Even like the little comments, when sometimes they have the tampering comments, like Draymond Green had a few years ago, that'd be over $10,000 as well. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not talking about nothing. I'm talking about something within line. And then I think if you had them like, yo, you have to send us this by this date, so that way they have to remember to do it. And it's like, bruh, it'd be more than just, hey, your next check is minus 10,000. If you make it, your next check's about to be 2.8 million or something, and you 10,000, right. You know. But it's like, nah, you got to send this off to us by 30 days. After 30 days, there's a penalty, like regular bill and whatnot. You know, I just think something like that, because I don't know, man. I don't know how else to get the guys to play hard, because even Mike Malone for the All-Star game, he was talking about how that might have been the worst game he ever saw. And I was like, yo, if I were that coach, because, I was pulling for Team LeBron, of course, even though LeBron didn't play second half because injury. I'm like, yo, somebody on this bench got to want it out here. I will take Joel Embiid out the game, I would take one of these bigger names. If De'Aaron Fox, you gonna get in there and like, yo, I would be coaching them like, yo, like let's try to do something. If I see you out there, you ain't playing D, like, I would have took that approach. You know what I'm saying? So to me, for even Mike Malone to say it after, it's like we got 12 people on the roster. Ain't not one person, even the little man in the back. You know what I'm saying? The lesser known all-star. You ain't trying to do something,
bro. I think the hard part is, man, is like players understand that it's possible to get hurt, man, and nobody wants to get hurt on the All-Star game. So nobody's really trying to like play tough, and you know, like, bro, imagine this, right? You're the Boston Celtics, and Jason Tatum gets hurt in the All-Star game, because somebody is trying to prove a point because they money on the line. Like that's a whole nother situation. Like, yo, hey, bro, look, I ain't got that 10,000 to give. Jason Tatum gonna get knocked out today. Like, he's like, that's just crazy, dog. Like, so I think it's a conundrum for sure. I don't know the answer to the question, like the answer to the solution, but I think it is too, because I had some other thoughts too. Well, go ahead, continue. I don't know if I didn't actually watch it, which is kind of weird, but I didn't watch the live draft. Did you watch that portion?
I didn't watch it live. I watched it like on YouTube afterwards. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know how that went. It didn't seem like
it. They drafted reverse order to help the last person. However, what I told you kind of was going to happen. I think JJJ was the last pick of the reserves, and then the last pick of the first one was Lauri Markkanen? Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I think Lauri Markkanen was last. It was between Lauri and Jokic, actually, the last two are the starters chosen. And Jokic, I thought Jokic was funny too, because you saw him, he got up and just kind of tapped LeBron. But then I didn't like what he said afterwards. He said somehow he thought he was the last pick. And I'm like, dude, how y'all sitting on stage? You didn't see the guy standing beside you, but I thought it was funny. Him like, nah, dog, you really got, like, choose me over this guy. That's what I thought, because he came up and tapped LeBron. Like, LeBron didn't get to say that. It was just two people left. He came up, he was like smiling and looking at him, and he just like tapped him on the shoulder, and it kind of he walked over to him. Yo, because low key, I mean, I'm gonna pick Jokic, but you know, I don't know, man. But why guys used to play back in the day, man? Why guys used to play back in the day?
It's the same reason, bro. Listen. I was telling Ashley about this. I was telling my dad about this.
Okay.
I said, this is the issue.
Okay.
It's a society issue. As a society right now, it's like everybody is trying to be cool. Ain't nobody trying to be a meme. Like, so everybody, it's just, you just get this sense that everybody's trying to be cool. That's why nobody plays in the dunk contest, because they don't want to look foolish. They don't want to be meme. They don't want to be out there crazy. They don't want to hurt their brands. So everybody, even the people that were in the dunk contest, except for the one guy, like everybody was just like, oh, like, you know, they weren't even jumping hard. Like, I was watching that, I'm like, bro, the dude's not even trying. Even in 3-point contest, like, if you not all the players in 3-point contest, but you'll catch a couple of dudes, it's like, oh no, I gotta, like, they make their form, they trying to get their form right, they trying to jog, they running out of time because they just trying to be cool. I think the same thing is happening in the All-Star game. I think it's just this culture of like, yo, like, I'm not going hard. Like, I'm not going hard. Like the Russell Westbrooks and the Kobe Bryants, like the people that are just like, I will take this competition no matter how I get it.
Yeah.
I think that's phasing out with like society right now, bro. I just don't think people care that much for every little thing to be super competitive and put 1,000% in it, bro.
Now, I think that's true, 100%, definitely with the dunk contest, and I can see it with the All-Star game too, because it's like you ain't trying to get crossed up. Like Kyrie dropped, who was that? Brandon Jennings, not Brandon. Jennings. Who was that guy? He played at Kentucky. I got his face I remember his face, but he dropped
John Wall.
It wasn't John Wall. It was another guy from Kentucky. Oh, man, what's the guy's name? I'm literally picturing it.
In the All-Star game?
No, rookie sophomore. The rookie sophomore, he dropped the guy and then crossed him up and then did like a little walking back. He the same guy that got dunked on by DeAndre Jordan. Who is that? DeAndre Jordan, we dunked on him and he
Brandon
it's Brandon something, yeah. Anyway, that guy.
It don't matter.
Yeah, I got his face in my mind. He played at Kentucky. I know that much. But yeah, so nobody trying to get crossed up, things like that. But I also think one other thing that's happening too, bro. I think in society now that we talk about the ring culture so much, I think for a lot of guys, and I don't subscribe to this, but it's like, yo, championship or bust. So in the same way with the Celtics, it's like, bruh, if you talk about the Celtics and Jason Tatum getting hurt, it's like, man, it almost has gotten to like, if we don't win, people think the season was a bust. You know what I mean? Like, it don't matter. That's why, that's a huge part of the reason load management is happening, because like, bruh, these regular season games, forget all this stuff, forget seeding. Let's just get to the end. Where to me, I do think that the players should have responsibility to the fans. Because like I said, I love the NBA. You love the NBA. You don't want to see it just be like, oh, guys aren't playing. Even like, I mean, people talk about people going to the stadium and paying their money and stuff like that. But even watching, you want to see like your favorite players watching. Or even do, like I said, playing fantasy now. This has really opened my eyes, and that's when I was thinking about different ways to help fix this. And I do have some ways, Adam Silver, if you see this, some suggestions at least on ideas. But yeah, it's like, bro, you want to see your players play and stuff like that. And I think that as a society, with the ring culture, count the rings, like people don't value like Eastern Conference Championship, Western Conference Championship. I got to the West Conference Finals. I made it to the NBA Finals. I remember Jalen Rose said something about that like years ago. He used to say, yo, man, teams get banners for that. Unless you like the Lakers or the Celtics, if you're like any other team, you win your division, even if division ain't that big, you win your division, that's big. Hey, you make the playoffs. Some teams are type of that. You make the finals, you get the Eastern Conference champ banner, you know what I'm saying? Western Conference champ banner. And now they give out the awards now. They added more awards. So now you get the Western Conference Finals, or Western Conference Finals MVP. Eastern Conference Finals MVP. You see what I'm saying?
That's so I like that, the Larry Bird and the Magic Johnson trophy.
Yeah. They wrote out all the awards this year.
That was dope.
Yeah, it's cool, man. So my thing is like, we need to also value parts of the process and respect guys, because just because you don't win a chip, it ain't like you had a bad year, or like, you got to look at things within the context. You see what I'm saying? And so now teams, especially I'm thinking about the Clippers, because like we haven't really seen the Clippers. I mean, they've had some full strength, but even this season, Kawhi, Paul George have missed a lot of games and stuff like that. And it's just like, hey, it's just about the finals and stuff like that. But to me, if you're consistently good, and even if you don't win a chip per se, I can't look depending on everything. You know what I'm saying? It's a nuanced conversation, but like you can still say, yo, man, this was a great team here. I don't look at that Clippers team as currently stands as a great team. You know what I mean? But if they had even if they had won a chip and they had multiple Western Conference Finals and NBA Finals, you can look back in history like, nah, yo, that Clippers team, they were some dogs, and they didn't win.
What about the Lob City Clippers team?
Even the Lob City Clippers, I feel like they had more success than this version of the Clippers. You know what I'm saying? Like with now, this one might be better, on paper at least. But I think of that Lob City team as like, bro, that was a really good team in a good era, because you saw
they underperformed,
but they also had much more playoff runs. I feel like they had top 1, 2, or 3 seed in the West at least 1 or 2 years. You know what I'm saying? So you saw them much more than I've got to see Kawhi and Paul George play. And even now, bro, it's been like 4 years of Kawhi, or at least 3 or 4 years of Kawhi and Paul George, just like their 4th season together, dog. But they played so few games in the regular season. They fizzled out, I guess, in a bubble in the playoffs that year.
Right. That's a good point. And I don't know if this is the time or the place to get into it, Sam, but how do you feel, bro? Russell Westbrook going to the Clippers, bro? That is the biggest mistake I've ever heard in my life.
I think, bro, it's a mistake, man. Like, yo, I got to watch Russ like being pulling for the Lakers a lot this year. He just, to me, I feel like for a bad team, you want Russ, man. If you want a bad team, I think you still will want Russ.
Yeah.
For a good team,
for a playoff, for a championship aspiration team, that's the worst pick possible for your point guard, bro.
Yeah.
And it's even worse because think about it. Like, we know LeBron. You know what I'm saying? We know what he's done. He's if there's one knock on LeBron, it is not his leadership.
Sure.
It's not his leadership. Like how he galvanized his team, and he couldn't get Russell Westbrook on the page. Like, you think Kawhi Leonard and Paul George and Ty Lue is gonna rein Russell Westbrook in?
Nah,
you're crazy, son.
I think to me though, one thing I will say about Russ though, I can see how he averaged a triple-double. He plays really hard, but also even an assist. He can, like, to me, get assists in a bunch like nobody I've really seen in a while, especially this role with the Lakers since he come off the bench. There can be sometimes
that's cool.
I'm trying to tell the whole picture. It could be first quarter, he got 6 assists already. Like, golly, this man just came in going crazy. But to me, it's the end of the game, late game decision making. Also in transition, when you like want your team, like, oh yeah, let's go, we in transition. Russ be like 50-50, man. It's like it's either you might get a bucket, you might get a turnover, son. or a missed dunk.
You might have a 4-point swing because he throw it off the rim so hard that it bounces to the other team and they get an easy layup.
That's a fact. So I definitely would have signed him if I was the Clippers, but I guess they said they can't get rid of John Wall and Reggie Jackson. I think is going as well. So yeah, it's hard, but I wouldn't have got him.
Nah, son. No way, bro. There's too many point guards. Give me Rondo. I go get Rondo out of off his couch.
Off the street. Yeah.
Give me bro. Go get
I'll tell you
Jason
this though.
Kidd off just go get Jason Kidd or something, bro.
I will tell you this though, Russ, if you hear this, if you listen to the end of the video, as a Lakers fan now, I am scared of Lakers matchup with Clippers. I got a feeling, because also Russ is just so polarizing. He could probably single-handedly win you a game in that series, son. So I know Westbrook, if the Lakers and Clippers match up, Westbrook will have at least 2 really good games. The other 4 or 5 might be bad, but he gonna have 2 like, oh my goodness.
No. That's what I'm saying. I mean, what you said is absolutely right. I was talking to my dad. We talked saying Russell Westbrook is a great player, all-time great.
Yeah.
When it comes to his ability to do so many different things and so many different things. Well, his motor is Hall of Fame by itself. Like just his will, his desire, like we was talking about before, like just to be competitive, is top tier.
For sure.
The problem has always been, it's been with Kevin Durant, it's been with Paul George, it's been with Houston, with whatever, it's that he cannot rein it in and play and make the right play in very crucial basketball decisions. You see what I'm saying? Like it's just it. Like it's just it, bro. Like he just need we need you to not turn the ball over. Turns the ball over. We need you not to shoot the shot right now. Run the shot clock out. He's shooting bricks. Like he's literally doing things that will cost you the game.
Yeah. And I know
because he's so it's too crazy.
Playoffs
bro.
also, to me at least, they always come down, or not always, but a lot of games come down to that late in the 4th quarter and execution. You know what I'm saying? And that's where also the game's a little bit tighter as well. Like 1st quarter, 2nd quarter.
Playoffs?
Give me Russ. You know what I'm saying? But like when the game gets close and tight, we've seen even in this offensive era. I'm thinking about this is I guess a while ago, but like even that Cavs Warriors, where neither team could buy a bucket those last like 3-4 minutes. You know what I'm saying? But imagine if you're getting turnover. Oh, the team won't score if you're gonna be getting them turnovers now. You know what I'm saying? It's different to get a missed shot, you know, and it's a quality look.
It's a game of possessions. You ain't but so many possessions in the game, and turnovers shorten your possessions and increase the other team's possessions.
For sure.
That's the last thing you want, son. And you don't want 10 of them, son, or 12.
Yeah.
Or 5 in the 4th quarter by themselves.
No, I wouldn't have signed him off the Clippers, but I am scared though if the Lakers can somehow make it in. But overall for the Clippers, I think they're going to be a little bit worse with Russ, just in the long term.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, they only. It's kind of like the same thing when Russ went to the Lakers. It was like, bro, the only thing good about Russ on the Lakers is that if they play Golden State, he gonna be mad. It's literally the best part about it. Like, if they play Golden State, he gonna be angry, and he plays crazy. You know, most of the time he plays good, angry, or like fired up until it gets to the game time clutch. That's when you got to worry about it because he's still fired up, but he's still jacking up crazy shots.
For sure.
That's gonna be crazy, man. Either way, that was a huge tangent, but I just had to talk about it because I was like, bro, when I heard the rumors, I was like, they better not. If they knew better, they just wouldn't.
Yes.
And now here we go. Yeah, I'm going to as a starter too. As a starter, bro.
That's what they said. They said Woj said, he might keep you starting, man.
A starter, bro. Nah.
What Woj said, man. I think off the bench, that's a good little stuff. Because also with the off the bench, if you do happen to be down the stretch and he's not in the game in the 4th quarter, it ain't too crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because Now the problem was for the Lakers, we had Pat Bev in there instead, so it was like, bro, we can't.
It was you was losing.
Can't win for losing out here, so what in the world?
It was a lose, bro.
Losing. Ham was for sure playing one, if not both of those guys. So I think the Lakers are better now with D'Lo, some I'm saying better options, but yeah. So the thing is, if you take Russ off the bench, at least if he's not in the game in the 4th quarter, it ain't that crazy. You know what I mean? Like
just take him out of the rotation, bro. Like you just don't need them in there. Did you hear that little Johnny was talking about my guy Chris Paul trying to get Melo to Phoenix, bro. I need that to happen, son.
Hop on up. Yo, Phoenix should win. I think we talked about this, bro. Phoenix should win the championship, man. On paper,
I don't know. I wouldn't say they should win the championship. I mean, I still give me Boston, bro. Give me Boston over.
Well, okay, put it this way. I think they for sure should come out the West, though. That's true.
They
should come out the favorites. They're the favorites.
But they still gotta play, and Kevin Durant still hurt. They got a lot. They got too much to like really, and I mean really gel, bro. Like they gotta be like.
I think KD, man, the fact that KD not ball dominant, we just talked about like Chris Paul is like the opposite of Russ, especially at this stage in his career. Athleticism is not there, but if you need a floor general who's a leader, get you quality looks, and also Chris Paul's historically low turnovers as well. So I think Chris Paul can get everybody the shots, and KD can play well without the ball. So I feel like it's going to fit pretty smoothly. You know what I'm saying? Together.
It should. We got to see it though, bro.
We got to see. But I was going to say, just run through this quickly. We talked about, I did have on here ways to improve the All-Star game. So we kind of already talked about some of those things. But any thoughts on the game itself then? Like, did you see the highlights, bro? Or it ain't even nothing really worth discussing to you? What you think?
I mean, the game itself, it was whatever, right? I mean, Jason Tatum went off. It's not like I was surprised. Yeah. I mean, nobody played on defense. The most surprising thing was Dame and them half-court shots. Them joints.
Yeah, first half court he hit, because I knew he hit one a little bit before half court. And maybe the second one. Maybe the second one was behind half court. I was like,
no, it was the first one. It's the first one he pulled up. It was like, bro, I've never seen anyone shoot a half court shot so effortlessly and swish it like he knew I was going. Like he like a free throw.
But hold on, didn't we talk about this maybe a few episodes back when I said to me, Steph Curry's the best shooter ever? But from distance shooter, give me Dame. Don't you remember when I said that? Was that here or somewhere else? Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe somewhere else, bro.
Okay.
Yeah. You talking about like,
from distance, like from really far away, Dame.
From really far away, yeah. I mean, Steph is the greatest shooter of all time. But if I need a bucket, there's not too many players that's ever played the game that I'm gonna want more than Dame.
That's for sure. He for sure clutch, man. He for sure.
Just give me a bucket, like, bro. Anywhere on the court. Bruh, shoot the ball from the other opposing court free throw line, and it's crazy.
Now Dame clutch, man. And speaking of too, he also won the 3-point contest. You had that one right.
Let's go.
Hield. I said Buddy Hield. But speaking of too, they had that distance shot. I don't know if they've always had that one, but that little further than longer shot was worth 3 points. And I know his last round he made both of those, so he has 6 points off those 2 shots. So with that little distance shot, like I said, to me, Dame has got the most range.
It don't make no sense. I heard him. I like when Melo played for the Blazers. I was pretty much a Blazer fan, so I was watching a lot of their games, and he was saying like, him and his trainer, like they train on that. Like they shoot a lot of shots from distance.
That far?
Logo, like you can tell because his form is so good. You know what I'm saying? Like most people are like heaving it. They got to get their legs. I mean, my man is
regular.
Like just breaking straight up and down.
6'3"-ish, 6'3", 6'2". You know what I'm saying? So they're like a super big guy shooting them just from that far.
That's a lot of strength and control, man. So he got to be practicing it. It's crazy too.
Oh yeah, definitely, bro. That Dame is like that, man, for sure. Super clutch. Now got 3-point contest to his name. Real quickly here, Mclung did win the dunk contest. I thought his dunks were smooth though. The others not so much. Even they were generous. I saw some of the scores they were giving out. God did a basic. What dunk did he do? He did a basic joint, like a 49.2 average.
Yeah, that was too high. Way too high.
I was like, what? That joint was like a 38. It was like a regular dunk. You got to be realistic. See, these guys, another idea to fix the All-Star contest. Let me come in there, Johnson, and judge it. I'm going to judge it fair. I ain't got no
let you come in there and do what?
And judge it. I'm going to give it fair. No, you thought I was going to say get to come in there and dunk? Heck, nah, I can't.
No, it's like, bro, what are you about to do, Zach?
I'm going to come in there and judge fair. Them dunks they was giving out 50s for, not all. Mclung, he did deserve it because they were smooth. I feel like in slow-mo, some of them.
Bro, these guys, they had a table full of Hall of Fame NBA players, and Avery's like, let me come in there and judge. Like,
they're not keeping it real. It's the same way. Aaron Gordon jumped over Taco Fall. D-Wade gave him
Nah, don't talk about Aaron Gordon, bro. That's got to be the biggest robbery in NBA history, man.
Bro,
they robbed this man 2 times. I was like, yo, y'all gotta be kidding. I mean, bro, people was about
to me, Aaron Gordon, the greatest slam dunk contest participant of all time. So I mean, he got 0 titles, but to me, he number 1, son. Hit the creativity. He got, bro. Look, pull up your favorite place, your favorite dunker, and put them just side by side to what Aaron Gordon was doing, son.
Nah, Aaron Gordon, no. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Top tier. I mean, like if you say his dunks, he had multiple that was crazy, not just one. If you say if his catalog of dunks are the greatest we've ever seen in a dunk contest,
that's what I'm trying to say.
Absolutely. I'm not gonna say he's the greatest dunk contest because it's that same argument where you're talking about impact, like Vince Carter's, the Dominique Wilkins, the Michael Jordan's, like they make the dunk contest. So like,
yeah, but yo, bro, you watch that, even that Dominique versus Jordan, one of them just I seen, I was like, these shots, they smooth. It's like this, like, yo, Jordan dunked from the free throw line, right? Levine in that dunk contest against Gordon went between the legs from the free throw line. You know what I mean? It's different, son. It's different.
I mean,
bro.
it's just a different time. Like it's hard to compare it. That's what I'm saying. You got to compare like the impact that it had in the moment, the intrigue. I remember that Vince Carter dunk contest. Like I was watching it live in my living room, and I was a little kid. I was probably like 9 years old. I'm looking around I'm like, yo, that's crazy. Like that, it shook like the world. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's hard to compare that to Aaron Gordon. While like I said, while he did some crazy things,
right? Yo, even the hoverboard joint with the little
that might be the best dunk he ever did because you know the time of that, like the dude was spinning up.
One take too. We saw Nate Robinson go mad takes to make his dunk. My boy can't do the little hood. You know, come on, son. That dunk was cold, bro. To me, I always like the 2 dunks. I always like. So if you remember, like NBA 2K, not 2K, sorry, NBA Live, they had a little dunk contest. To me, 2 dunks I always like was the little dunk where you do like this and dunk it. I was like, oh, that junk kind of cold. When
that's
like,
the weakest joint, bro.
To me, those are personal favorites. And also, to me, the under the legs dunk.
Both legs.
When to grab that ball, put under it. Come on, son. Come on.
That was crazy. Yeah, that was crazy.
You give me those 2 joints, bro. Come on, son. For the dunk off, he jumped over Taco Fall. People jump over 6'3" guys, 6'7". My boy said, yo, give me that. Because remember, it was that dunk off against, I think, Derek Williams. Man, give me the tallest guy in this whole building, son. Come up here, son. I'm jumping. Like, come on, bro. To me, like I say, I get your argument with maybe saying maybe not the greatest, but to me, he's had the best dunk. So that's why I would put him.
No. He's definitely had the most creative, most impressive.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
In a dunk contest, and especially the catalog, because he did it for like three times or something like that.
3 times, got robbed at least 2 of them, man. At least probably all 3.
Every single one of them, bro. He should have literally, bro. There's not too many things in the sports world that like make me crawl, like make my skin crawl, son. Yeah. What they did to Aaron Gordon was like this dude literally was like the last time he didn't win it, he was just like, yo, that's it. That's all I got. Like I didn't give all, like he gave the world like the best show in the world, but he didn't win. That's crazy, son.
Crazy. You know, I was thinking too, I don't know if there's a name for the slam dunk contest. I don't know if there's an award for the trophy. If so, but I can see Vince Carter. It's either like him or VC to me. For these are
what gonna make it Aaron Gordon. He never won.
No, it's so great. He never won, but like, bro, in retrospect, like, bro,
that is literally the only thing that they could do to like rectify it.
You know what I'm saying? It's something like, bro,
that's the only thing that they could do to like really like soothe how wild they did them, bro.
And I know I think the contest, one of the ones against Levine was kind of going after him doing the same dunks. To me, I can't give you the same score if you come and do the same dunk he just did. You gonna get a couple points lower. If it's out of 50, you do the same dunk, he got a 50, 44. You know what I mean?
44, all right, so let's see this though, bro.
What's up?
How impressed were you about Matt Mclung dunks?
They was clean for sure, man. They was clean.
Give me a rating out of 10, bro.
At least 9.
If Aaron Gordon is your 10, where's this guy at?
I mean, he didn't miss any. 3 of them was clean, bro. I feel like, to me also, I don't think they look as great in slow-mo as they did live. That makes sense. Where to me, Aaron Gordon's look like the same or crazier maybe with the slow-mo. You know what I'm saying?
Slow-mo.
Like when he did a little like, you know, that job was cold, but I feel like in slow-mo it didn't quite look the same. Hitting off the backboard, it just didn't quite look the same. Slow-mo. Live, it was crazy. Even this, what he did, a 520 or 540, that job was clean. But then in slow-mo, it just didn't look as nice. That's the only reason I'm giving it a 9. But he definitely deserved the win. I mean, a few of those I probably would have given 52 for sure.
I was impressed, bro. I feel like everything he did, like I knew it when he did it. First of all, I knew when he did his first dunk, I was like, oh, he coming back next year. Like they're gonna sign him to another 2-way contract at the bare minimum just to get him in this dunk contest because he's about to save it. And mainly because he had nothing to lose, bro. He wasn't trying to be too cool.
But the thing is, not only had
like
he had everything in the game. He literally
he looked like he worked at H&R Block and he just laced up his kicks today.
Look, bro, listen, the thing is with him too, not only did he have nothing to lose, he had like everything in the game. Like, bro,
everything.
Like you might can solidify a spot in this roster on the NBA off just this dunk contest, where if not, maybe in 2 years you out of the league forever. You know what I'm saying?
Like NBA, Adam Silver will literally pay some NBA team to put this guy on the roster so he can get in the dunk contest. Like he literally saved it by himself.
I think also too, just in general, the teams will probably show up like the Sixers. He probably with the Sixers the rest of this year. I think just teams, even not even Adam Silver, teams will show him some love from what he did. Like, all right, this guy, he a high flyer. You know,
he ain't gonna get no burn except for garbage time. But hey,
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying he'd still be on a roster. You know what I mean?
No, but what I'm saying, he can get burned in garbage time, like super garbage time. Like, yo, the game's over. It's a blowout,
sure.
And it's good for the morale and the team and the fans.
Yeah.
You go out there and get an alley-oop dunk. Now, at the bare minimum, they're like, yo, Matt McClung's at it again. He was playing last night for the Sixers.
He bought himself a couple years in this league for sure. At least 2 years.
Oh, for sure.
At least two
at
least 2 years in the league, he bought himself off that dunk contest, bro.
At least 2 paychecks, bro. That's what you talk about. Like when you talking about somebody performing,
yeah,
like you taking your opportunity and maximizing it. That is it, bro. That was his opportunity of a lifetime, man.
You saw also when he had the little thing, when he had the, but also, have you ever seen his videos before? I've been seeing this guy for years, like on House of Highlights, Overtime. I had seen him a while from like because you know now they show all the high school players. So and he played at Georgetown. Didn't see the Georgetown highlights except for like a few times he made Sports Center top 10 and whatnot. But I had seen him before, man. But did you saw the little wind up he did before one of the dunks where he like dribble between the legs behind the back? I said, oh, my boy feeling himself.
No. Yeah. I definitely see that joke. He was like, you know, he just, listen. Salute to that dude, bro. Like
you gotta come with the heat after that too. You can't do all that dribbling.
And he killed it. That's what's so crazy. He did that and then did the 540 joint.
That probably was his best one too, because I think he 540 and reverse windmilled it too. Like right, it was a 540 plus a.
Bro, that joint was crazy. I mean, the swag, the like he just came in and did his thing, and he was confident about it, and he didn't care, and he tried. I mean, like, yo, dude killed it. I mean, it was not even close to me. How it was so wild how close it was. I was like, bro, you crazy.
Yeah, so he won.
Bro, that last dunk, he had to get a 50 to win.
He had to, bro. Yeah. Yo, you know what's crazy? That could have been another chance of somebody else getting robbed. See, he did all this throughout. He slipped up his last dunk kind of man. It's like, oh, this other guy like, bro. He had to get a 50. That's great. He literally did have to get a 50 after doing all that.
Yeah, I was like, bro, yeah, 48.9. Like, you gotta get a 50 to win, bro. That's crazy, man.
I'm done with the Adam Silver. I can judge. I'm gonna keep it real, saying, listen, especially because they don't have no like. The judges don't do nothing else except just vote. It ain't like they got giving a commentary. That's Shaq and Ernie them. You know what I'm saying? I can literally just give it fair. Like, all right, listen. You know what I mean? I keep it fair, man. So that's cool, man. That's cool, man. But yeah, dunk contest was smooth. Yeah, that's cool, man. We'll keep it moving, bro. Okay, so moving on from the All-Star Weekend to something else that has a lot of buzz. A lot of people have been talking about this show on HBO that's called The Last of Us. It comes on HBO Sunday. It's kind of crazy. We spoke about it a few episodes ago. I had watched the first episode or two. Leland, you hadn't watched it then, but now you have had a chance to watch it. And we'll get into spoilers later. But Leland, what do you think about the show, man? Also, even want to give the people a little premise. What's the show about? What you think about it, dog?
Yeah, man. I like the show. It's I will say this, right? Because the show is actually based off a very, very, very critically acclaimed video game.
Yep.
That had a movie-like feel and story that players were able to kind of progress through. Like a lot of people had a lot of love for the game. I know a couple good friends of mine were like clamoring for it. I'm not personally into like single player games, so story games like that don't necessarily do nothing for me. But I knew the prestige that the show came with, and so I respect it. You know, I wasn't aware of it, but I respect it. I like the show. I'm intrigued by what's going on. I have some criticism. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I have some criticism, but what do you think, man? What do you think?
Yeah, so I think it's good. Just for those who haven't seen it, it's like a show about basically there's this like fungus that kind of mutates and takes over humans that kind of turns them into zombies. Essentially, the humans become zombies, and if you get
Disgusting.
bitten, they actually look really gross. They're kind of some of the grossest looking zombies probably ever. I'm thinking of Resident Evil had zombies, did it. 28 Days Later, Walking Dead. Yeah, this looks worse than all those joints. Especially the first couple episodes, it hasn't been as nasty since, I don't think. But even I was watching with Latanya, and she was like, after the second episode, she's like, yo, I'm done. I'm not watching this no more. It's too nasty. And what's crazy is that it hasn't been as nasty since then. You know what I'm saying? There's been not quite as nasty since then. You know what I mean? So
they laid it on thick, bro. It's like,
they laid it on thick. So the zombies, they have like this little network amongst themselves because the fungus, you can imagine the fungi, just like a root system and stuff like that. But it's pretty cool. And so like most apocalyptic shows, which you guys know are my bag, I kind of like that, like kind of feel how people have to survive and stuff. And so we'll just go quickly, I guess, for the first 6 episodes, and then next week we'll talk about each episode and things like that. There's only 3 remaining, by the way. But to me, I don't know if you remember, Lena, I was telling you that I liked the first half of episode 1. First half of episode 1, it started off like, yo, let's get it, son. This is my bag. Stuff hit the fan. The zombies come out right away. People are scrambling. They don't know what to do exactly. Let's go. And then I remember they like jumped 20 years after. I'm like, hold on. Spoiler alert, guys, by the way. We're going to get to the spoilers now. Spoiler alert. But yeah, I was like, I didn't put, so to me, like the first half of episode 1, I was like 10 out of 10. Second half, 6 out of 10. So overall, first episode, like 7.
I wasn't that hard on it, man. I watched it later, and me and Ashley, we watched it and we were thinking about what you said about like, dang, like the first half is good. Second
what you thought about the first half though? What you thought about the first half though?
I mean, the first half was good. I mean, the show is good, bro. Like that's what I'm saying. I'm not mad at it, but I didn't feel that same contrast in the episode 1. Like I know what you're saying. What they did was what they did. They time skipped, but they time skipped
a part that was like, bro, I really want to see how y'all about to get out of this jam. I really want to see the next 5 minutes. It's like, it looked like they were about to all die. You know what I'm saying? How did y'all get out of this joint? They were driving down one way. Oh, we can't go here. Drove another way. Can't go here. Can't go here.
Now that what you're saying is one of my criticisms for the whole show. Okay. They drop a lot of stuff. They add stuff into the show, and I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe they'll bring it all around.
Okay.
Bring it full circle. Maybe they're getting real artsy with it, and they're like, "Yo, this is foreshadowing" or something like that. But they've done it a lot, bro. Where they Bro, matter of fact, the last episode, we'll get to it when we get to it. But the last episode did that too, because I was like, I was like, did they say how they got the city? Nah. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't care to tell the entire story. Like this show is very much like, hey, we're gonna get to the parts we want to get to, and we might leave out a whole bunch of gaps, and you just have to tough it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's literally what they do. Like what I've seen.
Yeah, no, I think overall though, like the first episode, second episode also, if you will remember, it was kind of just like them traveling the whole episode. I was like, this joint here. Then third episode had a completely different story, which also, you watched Atlanta? Or have you seen like the last 2 seasons of Atlanta, either one? That was my thing with Atlanta. Like they started, you have a whole different episode dedicated to something else. I'm trying to see what's happening with the main characters. And you give me something. completely different. It was a great episode. Episode 3, people were talking about it. It's very emotional. I talked to people that saying they was crying and stuff. It was a very well done episode. I'm just telling you, I've heard people say that. I've heard people say they were crying, man. It was touching, man. It was like a love story between these two people, man, pretty much. But the thing is, they didn't really tie into the storyline. But to me, 4, 5, and 6, though, 4, 5, and 6, especially 4 and 5, I'm like, all right, now let's go. Now you turn it up, man. Now you turn it up.
Yeah. They had some action in there. I like the characters. I like the actors. The actors might be the best part of the show.
They're really doing well. They're killing it.
I like the girl. I like Joel. And I know, like I said, I'm telling you, I've seen it. Everybody was like, they better get good actors for that. I mean, the whole cult following, like video game fanatics of the game were like, you have to get a good Joel. You got to get, like, you can't do this. So I'm sure, and I think the overall consensus is that people are happy with the job that he's doing for how he's portraying the character. And I actually like the way he's acting as well. I think they're doing a good job. It might be their best part of the show. It's like they're enduring.
They're doing really well. They're really well, man. And even the way HBO is shot, we talk about things how the way it's shot looks great. The acting is great, sound quality, everything is like to pristine conditions as you would expect from HBO and all this money. But have you seen on YouTube where they have like the shot-by-shot comparisons?
Nah, of the game.
You should watch them. Yeah, it's really good. To me, I know people always have their affinity to the game, but to me, the show is by far and away way better. To me, for 2 reasons. People might hear this, like, heck no, but mainly having a real person looks much better and more realistic. The game still looks, when you compare it to me and you talking, sitting here, it's way more choppy. Their movements are. Sometimes the mouth doesn't all the way. So you see the job the actors are doing. They're like really killing it. And some scenes are like shot for shot, joke for joke, word for word. You know what I'm saying? But it's really good, man. They're doing it really good. One other thing, since I'm recapping everything, I feel like the girl, to me also, and maybe since she watches All in Order too, maybe got less of this, was just very annoying at the beginning, man. Like, she's getting less annoying now, but at the beginning, it's like, yo. And I remember I commented on YouTube about that. I was like, hey, this girl's annoying. And they were like, oh, well, she's a teenage girl, what you expect? And I'm like, that's fair, but she can still be an annoying teenager. Yeah, she's acting like
I think
she's annoying right now. She complaining the whole time. They're trying to save your life. It's like, bro, just relax.
Bro, think about, this is what you got to understand. Like, in shows like this, you have to take yourself into the mind. It's 2 things, right? Because it's kind of one of my criticisms. This is my criticism of all shows like this. But also, like, hey, like what she was born into. Like, she was born in a place where she was kind of hard. Like she's not the softest kid, that she had to kind of grow up rough. And so that's kind of like her persona. It's like, it's very abrasive and I don't really care. So I think that's just kind of like her character. But
but to me, it's like you could have even if you do that, it can still be like not a likable. You know what it is? I heard this is what it is. When you have someone that you don't see that journey maybe, and you kind of start off that way, it's a little less desirable. Like, for instance, Joel, the main character, who, loses loved ones and stuff like that. You saw him kind of being like, he's kind of like the playful, kind of jokey dad, not too serious, kind of like fun loving and stuff like that. And he's experienced so much loss that now he's really hardened. So he's like, okay, I get it. Her, we haven't seen that from her. So it's like, you just kind of come in as like, yo, relax, we saving you, son.
But you got to understand, I mean, they had those moments, right? Where
it's getting better. No, now I don't think she's as annoying no more.
No. I'm saying even early on, like when they first kind of introduced her and they started going on this journey, like, and they was walking by the plane and she was like, yo, what's that? And they were trying to really portray the idea that, like, yo, she didn't exist. She's 20 years, this has been going for 20 years. So she was born in this world.
After it happened, yeah.
So, and they're also showing the world how crazy it is and how dog it is and how corrupt it is. Like, she's a product of it. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what they're trying to show you. Like this girl is a product of it, but she's also, very tough and resilient, which is kind of like, probably why she's made it to this point. You see what I'm saying? She's got some toughness to her in a world that requires it.
That's the fact. I would say this too. I don't know if you saw the sneak preview of next week's episode, like a little 30-second snippet.
No.
But I was so excited because the way this last episode ended, I was like, oh snap, I gotta know what's happening. Let me tell you why. It's a little another knock on the show. Tell me why it looks like the whole next episode about to be a flashback to exactly what you're saying. Her growing up in the QZ. I'm like, bro, no, move this storyline forward. I don't want to see
that's my biggest critique, man.
You going back to you gonna show us how it was her growing up? Like, bro, I ain't trying to see that right now.
I always hate it. Always
Flashback
hate
episodes, bro. It just seems like they be feel like this is only season 1, but I know like show like The Walking Dead or sometimes you watch other stuff. It's like this is a filler, son.
It's a filler.
You could have said this in 2 sentences. This happened and now I'm like this. We didn't need a whole episode dedicated to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, come on.
I'm hardened because my mom
You could have said that. Yo, literally just say that. We don't need to see the whole thing happening for 45 minutes played out, bro. Man, come on.
The whole episode is just a flashback. That joint wild, son.
That's what it seems like from the sneak.
Hey, bro, listen. The start of this episode, the start of this most recent episode, and the end of the last episode, I remembered it because when the episode started, they gave you a little, reminder of what happened last episode. I was like, oh yeah, that happened. That's crazy. Bruh, start a new episode, just straight up in a different place.
Did you didn't see what it said on the screen, did you?
Nah.
3 months later came up on the screen. It jumped forward 3 months, literally. It was in white, so it was in white against a white background. That's why you probably couldn't tell, because it was snow background, and 3 months later came up in white. So they jumped forward 3 months. And it's like the same thing. I want to see what happened. And so even for that, it's like, yo, to me, so here's a little thing too. Some of the conversations they were having too in this last episode, if you really been together for over 3 months now, you would have had these drinks before by now. It's like y'all still kind of trying to figure each other out, like after 3 months.
Yeah. 3 months, and this y'all the only 2 people. Come on,
only 2 people. We talking about everything, dog.
Everything. I know you like as deep as anybody else, bro. We don't have nobody else to talk to.
Ain't no cell phones. You might find a random book here and there, and that's it. So, yeah. So, but overall, though, I still do. Overall, some people are really.
All right. This is the easy one, man. Because this is why I always ask you, because it helps me understand how much you like it.
Okay.
What's out of 10, bro?
It still got a lot of redeeming stuff about it. Even I'm thinking of TV shows I'm watching right now.
What's out of 10, bro?
At least an 8.5, I would say. 8.5.
Nah.
Too high, too low for you?
Too high, bro.
Too high? I still think it's good, bro.
Ain't nothing more than about a 7.5 right now. It's halfway through. You know how it is, bro. Everything like they can have a fire last 2 episodes or just a fire season finale and this be like, yo, craziest show I've ever seen. Just because it, they have this tendency of making a show like a movie, where it's like you can't really judge a movie until you see the ending. Like so much of the movie, the weight of the movie is by the ending. And so much, likewise, it's on that show. Like so much of the weight of a show is how they end that season. And if everything comes together and it's just like, yo, this is beautiful. Like, yeah, it could be a 9, it could be an 8.
Sure.
But right now, without me knowing how it's gonna end, and given all how sporadic they just kind of jumping around this world, I'm giving it a 7.5, bro.
But last thing then, have you seen other people talking like really highly about it?
Yeah, bro.
That's where I'm like, hey, I mean, not saying for me it ain't like that, but they've had some episodes to me, like I think episode 5 when they went around with the brothers were really dope.
No, artistically,
yeah,
the individual episodes are not bad. They're great.
Yeah.
That's why I think it's a problem. Like the individual episodes are great. Like so when you're watching it, if we were like literally just dissecting every episode based off the merit of its own self, it might be ranked higher. Okay. But as a cohesive unit right now, for me, it's not that great. Like it's not, like you said, I'm looking forward to next episode. But are you, if you know that it's just gonna be?
Well, now that I know it's a flashback, a little less now. I'm be honest.
And that's my point.
A flashback.
That's my point. It's highly contingent on the ride that it's taking you.
Sure.
Like let's say, for instance, like I'm telling you, like my favorite show of last year, that you didn't think so highly about, which was crazy to me.
I still get Bear around 8.5. About 8.5.
No, not even Bear.
Okay.
Which is a good one, but that one's probably a little less ride than this show that I'm talking about. It's Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon.
Hey, listen, real quick. I did see a stat that said this joint outstreaming that joint. I saw that. It's got
Bro,
more.
listen. All right, listen.
I'm not just saying, like, that
Hey,
was
bro,
a real popular show too. This one's even
listen,
more
bro.
popular.
Listen, this is the thing,
Yeah.
bro. I don't care. Like, I don't care what numbers and statistics other people will say. For me,
I'm not saying to make it good. I'm just saying
Yeah.
that it's because House of Dragon was extremely popular, and basically this is even more popular. I'm not saying,
but it had a whole game. It had a cult following, bro. Like
as Game of Thrones, though.
No. No. Game of Thrones didn't have, like, I don't think you really understand how big the game Last of Us was.
Okay.
Like the game came out a long time ago, and they remastered it and brought it to the next gen consoles just so people could come back and play it. Like I think it had more reach. It got more people involved than Game of Thrones did. You can think about the type of people that are going to read the books of Game of Thrones. Like,
we're not really reading the books. Yeah, I'm thinking more so people that watched it before that kind of was like, oh snap, it's another game.
Yeah, but even then, they watched it before, but nobody was excited for it because Game of Thrones kind of, the ending of the original series kind of fell off, and so people, the hype that people had for the series was lost in how they ended the show, and so
that makes
you know there's a lot of more nuance to that. So I can't compare, like, okay, just because more people are watching it, but for me it's more about the storytelling, the cohesiveness, the ride that a show takes you on week after week after week. That's why, bruh, you need to do it right now. Power 3, season 3 is coming out in March. You might as well go ahead and catch up, dog. You might as well go ahead and catch up. I'm telling you that if you go based off the ride that they take, that's what Power at its heyday did the best. Like, you talking about cliffhangers from week to week, bruh. People were on edge to see what happened next, and they very rarely, at the peak, dropped the ball. You know, they dropped the ball in seasons, but when it was at its peak, every episode it was fire, and that's what Last of Us to me is missing to get a highly rated show. Is that week to week, I'm not really that engaged because I know they have a tendency to just skip and jump around. Okay. You know, it's like, this might not even matter to me in next episode.
I got you.
So why do I care right now? So
I got you. I think one last thing I'll say is, like, I'm thinking about TV shows I watch now. I would say it's the best show on TV currently too. So that's why I am looking forward to it, because I'm literally thinking about shows I'm watching right now. I'm talking about shows that are currently airing week to week right now, not in general. What else you watching that's better than this week to week?
Yeah, listen, bro. Is it better? Debatable. Do I want to watch it more? Okay. Absolutely. Give me BMF, bro. Give me BMF every week. What I'm saying is, because of the storyline and the progression, I'm more intrigued. I just want to know what's happening more every week. In fact, we watched both of those episodes just today. And the first one we put BMF on first. We'll watch Last of Us a little bit. Ashley fell asleep.
I got you. I think
woke up a little bit, try to watch the end. You know what I'm saying? But BMF, we in there. We watching the whole thing, bro. We locked in. We're following the story. We're inside the world that they're trying to create.
I guess to me, might be just difference of like I said, post-apocalyptic is kind of my show. A lot of shows I like are like this, so I'm for sure looking forward to Last of Us over BMF. I watched BMF the last one today. Maybe next week we'll get into it, but I just think just difference in taste too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I kind of like this type of, like, everything.
No. When you're talking about, like, if you're talking about technically, come on, bro, it's not even close. They have way more money, way more.
But not even just technically. I'm like, literally, I like the storyline personally better.
Way better writing. It's just, me personally, I'm just more intrigued with the story of BMF than Last of Us right now. Hot take. Okay. But I think that's it, man. I think that's it for this week, guys. Thanks again, everybody, for rocking with us and tuning in. We got a lot more content coming for you guys, a lot more shows coming up. NBA playoffs are coming up soon. We just got way more stuff to go. So I really appreciate everybody, just locking in with us, man. And we're going to be here, and we'll see you guys next week.
Peace.